What is good, YouTube? This is your boy Aaron from AA Sports, and I'm back for another video. And today, we are talking about the Thursday night game that's happening tonight. Packers versus the Cardinals. Two heavyweights going up against one another. We obviously know everything that's sort of happening, that has transpired up to the game in terms of the injuries, in terms of the news about Davante Adams, Lazard, them being out because of COVID, and also the defensive coordinator and Joe Barry being out for the Packers. And then the uncertainty when it comes to Kevin King, Preston Smith not being available, and then obviously the two best players on IR with Za'darius Smith and with Jaire Alexander. And then also bakhtiari is not going to be there playing as well. So, and also MVS, he is still going to not be able to play because of a hamstring injury. So this is what the Packers are up against. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have his top three receivers. The uncertainty with Kevin King, Preston Smith, not having your two top defensive players. And then Joe Barry not going to be their defensive coordinator. I don't know if that's a good thing or if that's a bad thing. But anywho, that's what they are dealt with. On the Arizona Cardinals side, news has come out that J.J. Watt has undergone surgery, is going to undergo surgery on, I think it's his arm, one of his arms, and he's going to be out for the remainder of the season. So, just so that we know that the Green Bay Packers have an uphill to climb. And that is the Arizona Cardinals, who are undefeated. Although they lost J.J. Watt, they still have a ton of pieces that they could work with. They have that explosive offense with A.J. Green, Christian Kirk, with D-Hop, two-headed monster with James Conner, with Chase Edmonds. They picked up Zach Ertz, who's a very good tight end, Pro Bowl caliber tight end. And then you have one of the MVP favorites in Kyler Murray. You have all of that to worry about. And then their defense is phenomenal, top 5 in the league, even without J.J. Watt. You have a tall mountain to climb for Aaron Rodgers, and he's going to have to pull something out of his hat. So we understand all of that, and you think that this game is in the Arizona Cardinals' favor, just tremendous, significantly in their favor. And I agree with that, because a lot of things the Packers just have to deal with. They have to really have a very small margin of error. But here's what they could do to sort of make this game interesting, to sort of even possibly upsetting the Cardinals. I'm not saying they're going to do it, but it's possible if they do this. Here's what they can do. The J.J. Watt injury is significant. So, you have two really good running backs at your disposal. You drafted A.J. Dillon in the second round for a reason, right? You signed Aaron Jones that big contract for a reason, right? You're going to have to play sort of a old style of football, and that is a run-first mentality. Why? Because Arizona Cardinals are an explosive offense. They are a very good offense. No, excellent offense. Probably top 5 in the league. So you're going to have to control the time of possession. And how do you do that? By running the football, doing 10, 13 plus plays, and making sure that that offense is off the field. So that way, your defense doesn't get exposed as much. The defense will be fresh, and you won't have to worry about Kyler Murray putting up 40 on you. Also, Aaron Rodgers. You don't want to expose Aaron Rodgers too much. Offensive line is still pretty good, but it's not what it once was a year ago. So you don't want to put Aaron Rodgers in harm's way too much, especially since he's not the same guy he was 5 years ago when they faced the Arizona Cardinals in 2016 in the playoffs, where he was still a very good scrambler, right? His lateral movement was so much better than it is now. So you don't want to put Aaron Rodgers in harm's way. Now, I get it. You go back to 2016 in the playoffs where he nearly pulled a rabbit out of his hat and almost beat the Cardinals. He had guys like, Jeff Janis? He had just a lot of different, Richard Rodgers, guys like that who, and probably other teams, wouldn't get any playing time. But he did it. He pulled a rabbit out of his hat. He was able to make the game competitive. His running back was Eddie Lacy, who at the time was pretty pathetic, pretty average. Like, this wasn't Eddie Lacy from his rookie year or his second year in the league. So that's what he was really dealt with. Offensive line was I guess it was okay. I guess you could say it was all right. But at the end of the day, he had a tall mountain to climb. And the same can be said about this game, but except now he has a running game that he can go to. And so, run the ball with A.J. Dillon, with Aaron Jones. You're going to have to run the ball with them a lot. And you're going to have to control the time possession. And if you control the time possession by a significant margin, then that means you're doing something right. That means that you are converting down the field. You're keeping the Arizona Cardinals offense off the field. And you're possibly scoring a bunch of touchdowns. And that's what you want. And that's what they need to do. You have to adjust the offense to the personnel that you have. Aaron Rodgers, yes, he is the top 3 quarterback still to this day. For crying out loud, he won MVP last year. And he's still that MVP guy that we seen last year. He's just being a little bit more conservative, sort of relying on the run a little bit more. So, with that being said, do a power running scheme, run it down the throats, pause, and yeah, since J.J. Watt's not going to be there, you should really take advantage of that. Hopefully, they can do it. Easier said than done, but it's possible. Now, what is my confidence level? What percentage would you guys from like 0 to 100 that I believe they can execute it? Probably 20%, which is not very high. I sound very pessimistic with 20%, but they have a puncher's chance because they have Aaron Rodgers. They have Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon that are exceptional at running the football. Their offensive line is pretty good when it comes to running. So the offensive line isn't too bad when it comes to run blocking, right? So they have that in mind. Just make sure that you control the time possession because Arizona is going to come back firing, come out guns blazing. Kyler Murray, he's going to try to pull everything out of his book, all of his tools out of the book. I'm just not confident in the defense that they can really just stop Kyler Murray or contain him. So you're going to have to do what I just said. That's going to have to be the blueprint for the entire game, especially on a short week. You don't want to put your guys in harm's way too much. But yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think the Green Bay Packers should do? Do you agree with me that the Green Bay Packers should really rely a lot on the running game because they're missing the top 3 receivers, because they have 2 really good running backs, and the offensive line is really good when it comes to run blocking? You don't want to put Aaron Rodgers in harm's way too much, and also the defense as well. Comment down below, like, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching the video, and peace.